This is the Family Rosary Crusade, continuing the mission of Father Peyton of bringing God to man and man to God.
We need your help. Families all over the country need your help to foster the mission of family prayers, especially the Holy Rosary. Contributions of rosaries, how to pray the rosary pamphlets are needed to continue the mission. Please send your donations and support to Father Patrick Peyton's Family Rosary Crusade, Pope Pius XII Catholic Center, 1175 United Nations Avenue, Paco, 1007, Manila.
Magandang araw. Ako po si Cecilia Datu at kayo nanonood ng mga kwentong buhay dito lamang sa Family Rosary Crusade ng Servant of God na si Father Patrick Peyton. Sa ating tampok na salaysay, isang buong mag-anak na pumasok sa religious life at ngayoy abala sa kakaibang bokasyon. Mga kaibigan ng kwentong buhay ng pamilya Brasil. Tubong Iloilo ang mag-anak na Brasil. Nagmula rin sila sa isang angkan ng mga pari at madre. Very religious sina Domingo Brasil at Amelia Fernandez. Bago sila magkatuluyang mag-asawa, ay gusto nila parehong pumasok sa seminaryo at kumbento, kung hindi nga lang inabutan ng gyera. The time would come when both Domingo and Amelia eventually embraced the religious life. But that's getting ahead of our story. Bago mangyari yon, ay naging assistant manager muna si Domingo ng isang American company. Si Amelia naman ay naging dean ng isang school of fashion. Dalawa ang kanilang naging anak na pareho namang nagmadre sa murang edad. Si Sister Mary Matthew ang panganay. 14 years old siya nang pumasok sa kumbento.
You know, when the Lord calls for you, you probably might have an inner stirring. You feel you're drawn to that, but you have to take the risk also. But for Mommy, she has helped a lot, and you know, she was the one who really had her antennas on, and she sort of paved the way, I may say.
She found fulfillment in being a teacher.
Because the community that I was in, the charism and the primary purpose is for the education of youth, okay? And that is one thing that I have learned, and I was really in love with the community because we cater to the young people, but not to the urban people. We cater to the younger province people. And so it's almost like going there, servicing the people because they cannot come to the city.
Matapos magturo sa Iloilo, ay 32 years siyang nanirahan sa Amerika bilang guro ng mga mahihirap na immigrants. Para kay Sister Mary, ang kanyang mga pagkakamali ang tumulong sa paghubog ng kanyang ugali.
I made a mistake one day that I got mad with this one boy. I do have not thought of psychology and compassion at that time. So I got mad with him, only to find out that he has had sleepless night because he has diarrhea, and he has not told me that. So I thought that he has not done his homework because he was lazy.
Si Sister Eppie naman ay ayaw pa magmadre nung una.
Never. And the reason is that my sister was already a sister at the time, and because she was a sister, I felt that I was the only one left at home to take care of my parents if ever they grow old, no? So I never wanted to be one.
But when she turned 16, She had also decided to enter the convent.
But when God calls, you can never say no. And when you can never say no, it means to say that you just have to say yes and answer the call. And yun ang nangyari. I started dating, I started enjoying myself, going to jam sessions and all the party things that a young teenager does. But eventually, the coin fell that I have to become a sister. And I entered very young. My sister entered much younger than me, but I also entered very young. Very young.
Sister Eppie spent 35 years as a general counselor for formation in the convent, until she felt what she described as a shift in God's calling.
It was very sudden, I never knew about it, 20 months before we never knew about it, that this thing would happen. But one day I was reading a book, and actually I could still remember it was a book written by Benedict Groeschel of the EWTN, and he was talking, and I felt that this guy has sense, and he said that he has left the Franciscan congregation because they have a new mission, new ministry. I started to read, and later on I went to Matthew 5 verse 13, and I realized that the book of Matthew 5 verse 13 talks about being salt of the earth. And I said, well, maybe we can start being salt of the earth, like few but felt. And we started thinking about it, and I went to the Vatican, I went to Rome, I went to people who I know can give me advices, and then I went to different canon lawyers, and after going to different canon lawyers, all of them said, go for it, and go, and because God is calling you for something else.
Kapwa sila kabilang ng kanyang kapatid sa Order of Preachers or Dominicans. Pero noong 1997 ay nagsimula sila ng isang bagong kongregasyon, ang Dominican Sisters of Regina Rosary.
We decided to move on, and we started a congregation. We are now Dominican Sisters of Regina Rosary, and initially we were in the protection of Bishop Capalla. And right now we are here working in the Diocese of Cubao, so it's Bishop Onesto Unchoco who is our ordinary, our bishop. We are conducting retreats and seminars. We are accompanying people in their spiritual journey, like contemplation. We are doing broadcast media, and also we are doing social services, especially to street families.
Sa paliwanag ni Sister Eppie, ang gawain nila ay isang change of charism, tulad halimbawa ng pinagkakaabalahan ng isang madre sa Calcutta.
Like Mother Teresa, who realized that there were other people who needed her. And so even at a later stage in her life, she also made a decision, a shift in her vocation. I think what happened to my group is that we have become like modern day contemplatives. And because we can only accommodate like 60 people on Thursdays to teach 60 people or 70 people, we thought that going to the radio, we were invited. In fact, we never sought this. We were invited, and then we thought, well, why not? Why not try?
Sa ikalawang bahagi ng ating tampok na salaysay, ipapaliwanag ng magkapatid na madre ang kanilang ginagawa sa isang lugar na unti-unting dinadayo ng mga tao dahil sa kakaibang lunas na dulot nito. Para sa mga kwentong buhay dito lamang sa Family Rosary Crusade ng Servant of God na si Father Patrick Clayton, ako po si Cecilia Datu.
The family that prays together stays together.